I forgot to record this session from the beginning. Now I did.
No worries.
Okay, to test the effect of using a computer for testing. Oh boy, confuse you right off the get-go, don't they?
Yeah, seriously.
300 students are randomly divided into two groups. One group is tested using paper and pencil, and one is tested using the computer. After analyzing, it was found the average test scores in both groups were not significantly different. Okay. Well,
Let's
figure out what that means. I don't know if I'm going to get all their terms right here.
That's okay.
Can we draw any conclusions that are valid from this?
Well, it is a randomized comparative experiment.
Yep, it appears to be. Since 300 students are randomly divided into two groups.
Right.
If it is, describe the treatment group, and the control group. Well, okay. What do you think they are?
Treatment, I think, I think the treatment would be to test the effect of using a computer for testing.
Okay, yep. And the treatment group and the control group.
And then the treatment group, one group is tested using paper and pencil, and one group is tested using the computer.
Okay. Do we know which is the treatment and which is the control, or does it matter?
We haven't really talked about this that much. Like, we briefly went over it.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. I guess the treatment group goes with the treatment.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would say if the treatment is to test the effect of using a computer on testing, that's the treatment, which the treatment group is probably the 150 students who took the test on computer.
Yeah.
And the controlled group would be the 150 students who took the test using paper and pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And is the conclusions drawn, which appear to be that it doesn't make much difference.
Yeah.
Whether you take the test on computer or on paper with paper and pencil, this did not show any significant difference. There might be a little bit. In other words, one might have a very small differential. You wouldn't expect them to be exactly the same. It would be strange if they were exactly the same.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always a margin of error built in when you do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
In other words, as long as the two averages are relatively close, and that can probably be defined mathematically also, although I'm not quite sure how you would do it, maybe within one sigma, one standard deviation of one another, I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
But there would be some, in other words, if the average score in one group was 50 and the average score in the other group was 80, you'd say, sure. If the test that way is better off for the student.
Right.
But what if it's 78 and 80? In other words, if they're close, these are awfully close, I might come to the conclusion that it didn't make much difference.
Mm-hmm.
Question is how is this measured? In other words, clearly 78 and 79 would be close enough that you'd say there's no significant difference.
Exactly.
But
if it was like 50,
some magic number which represents a significant difference, and they don't really tell us how to figure it out.
No.
Nor do they appear to care, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you think about it from a statistical point of view, it does have to be a number where it would matter. Obviously, if it's 50 and 80, that's far enough apart that it matters, and if it's 78, 79, that's close enough that it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be some other statistical measuring device.
For sure.
Let's have a look at 14.
Okay.
I'll read it, and you can read it to yourself if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. This is not a randomized experiment. So this would be
So if it's not a
explain one more
randomized
time.
comparative experiment, does that mean there's no treatment group, no control group, and that the conclusions are not valid automatically?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
why is it not a randomized comparative experiment?
Because it says people can choose to enroll in a 6-month healthy eating plan.
Yeah, people had choice. In other
Yeah,
words, the words that are
exactly.
missing are randomly selected, like in number 13.
Yep.
They didn't choose. That would have been a different problem in number 13.
That would have,
Had
yeah.
150 students chosen the computer for testing and 150 others chose paper and pencil, that's their inner biases are being addressed if that were to happen.
Uh-huh.
That's essentially the difference between 13 and 14. Is that
Yeah.
14, the people are making a choice, and maybe that matters. In other words, the 60 people who chose eat 6 vegetables a day
Uh-huh.
obviously didn't mind eating 6 veggies a day. There's some people that they would hate that and they wouldn't choose that. They would choose drink 12 glasses of water a day.
Right.
Now, is that all they drank? Was 12 glasses? That's all they got to eat was 12 glasses of water a day?
That would suck.
Well,
I
at the
guess
end of
so.
6 months, people who chose that had 20% lower cholesterol. Plus, I'm sure that they were 20 pounds lighter.
At least, yeah. For
Yeah,
6 months, I think you would lose probably,
yeah, you might lose your life.
man, yeah, you might
Um,
die from that. What the heck?
so I guess it's kind of pointless to try to figure out whether that conclusion has any meaning or not,
Yeah.
especially since we don't know the entire details. We don't
Uh-huh.
know if, in addition, they got to eat food, in addition to drinking 12 glasses of water a day.
Right.
But clearly, the people who would choose that prefer drinking water to eating vegetables.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
And
guess
that
so.
might affect if they're lifelong heavy water drinkers,
Yeah.
there's a lot of information out there that says you should drink a lot of water every day. I don't know if 12 glasses, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if
a
that's like
lot.
for
So
sure.
people that would choose that option probably are healthier, I guess, but it might say something about their cholesterol levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know where they're, it says at the end of 6 months they had 20% lower cholesterols,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know where it was in the first place. In other
No.
words, you don't know what it was relative to the veggie eaters
Right.
uh, before, at the beginning of the 6 months. They could have
Uh-huh.
had 30% lower to start with.
Yeah.
Maybe it got higher.
Maybe. Yeah.
So it doesn't really tell you much. And
Okay.
the reason it doesn't tell you much has everything to do with the fact that it was not a randomized uh,
Experiment.
comparative experiment. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at 15. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we have our first our opening game tomorrow
Oh,
at
really?
Chatfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's at 4 o'clock. And then I think it goes to like 6 or 6:30. But
Oh,
I was just saying if
that's
you might wanted to
that's
go, like
too bad. I would like to see one of your games, but you can see my Tuesday
I can
schedule
see. Yeah.
blocked solid from 4 to 8:30.
Wow,
Actually,
Zach.
9.
6 to 8.
Um,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I won't be able to go tomorrow, but
That's
definitely
okay.
keep me apprised. I'm going to come to one
Okay.
for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll let you know when some of
Yeah,
the games.
weekends
Yeah,
probably are going to work better than twilight for me.
for sure.
But if you've got a game like this Saturday or Sunday, by all means, let me know, and especially if it's at Chatfield, it's pretty easy for
Definitely.
me to get over there.
For sure.
How's
I
it
think
going
our game
so far?
so far so good. Yeah,
Mhm.
we've had a couple scrimmages.
Yeah.
That went really that I played really well in, so
Are
that's
you
good.
still playing shortstop?
Second base.
Second
Yeah.
base?
Yeah. Our shortstop on varsity is just an absolute stud. Like
Oh
he's
well,
just unbelievable.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's
Yeah, for sure.
so
Like he can,
that's
he
the
can
beauty of playing those two infield positions is that if you come up against a Tulowitzki, you get to play. You can
exactly.
always
I've
play
never seen a
second.
guy like play as well as him. Like he can consistently hit the ball over 400 feet. Like on a consistent.
Your shortstop?
Yeah,
Wow.
Jack Winkler.
Wow.
He committed to a D1 baseball school in San Francisco,
Oh really?
which is yeah. I mean, this dude's just
He's a
unbelievable.
senior?
He is, yeah.
Huh?
He made varsity his freshman year.
So maybe you got a shot at shortstop next year, huh?
Maybe, yeah, that'd be sick. Really
Nice
cool.
that he's not a junior. In other words, it's nice not to have to play behind a stud your whole high school career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But who knows? They probably got a lot of studs. Chatfield is a great school.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. That's
for
good.
sure.
That's got to be a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of pressure, but a lot of fun. Like it's
Now,
worth
this
it.
is obviously a different coach than you had previously, right?
Yeah. So like last year, I was on level 3,
Uh-huh.
um, and that's not really part of Chatfield. Like they practice separately and have
Right,
different
right, right.
separately.
So
Um,
this year is the baseball coach a teacher also, or is he just phys ed teacher?
he's not. He's just a coach. Like he has like a completely separate job.
Oh, he
On the
does. So he's
side,
not a
yeah.
teacher. He's not a teacher.
Mm-mm.
He's got a job as the baseball coach for Chatfield.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
similar to the tennis coach at Kent, Denver.
Okay.
The tennis coach at Kent, Denver happens to be the father of the student who's their number
Ooh,
one ranked player.
cool. That's
And
actually pretty
he's
cool.
also not a teacher. He has his own tennis academy. So
Oh, okay.
his day job is coaching tennis.
That's,
Um,
that's cool. I like
but he's
that.
also the coach of the high school tennis team.
Sweet.
Yeah, actually, it's an impressive story. 15 years ago, the number
Uh-huh.
one player in the state was also his other son.
Really?
Got two sons separated by like 15 years,
Jeez. So
and
they just have a lot of talent.
both of them were number one in the state
State.
high school. I think the other one was even number one in the Intermountain region also.
Wow. That's
But yeah,
nice.
that either says something about good genes or he's a great tennis coach.
Like the talent, yeah, just rubs
I'm,
off of it.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing it means he's a great tennis coach more than just has good genes.
Right.
Never underestimate that. I believe most of my life, I've always believed that golfers are born as much as, uh,
Oh yeah. You have to be like, you have to be born with the talent to
yeah,
play golf.
yeah,
Like,
well, for anything. And I think the same is probably
yeah,
true for baseball or tennis or
uh-huh.
any
Just
sport.
born like with the natural talent.
If you expect to really exceed at it, you
Uh-huh.
have to have a certain amount of natural talent, even if it's just
Yeah.
athletic ability.
Exactly. You just can't go into it thinking that you're just gonna be a
No,
stud.
no.
Like
In fact, they've done experiments with
work your
people
way up.
like Ray Romano.
Uh-huh.
He loved golf, and he
Right.
was like a 5 handicap, and
Oh
he
wow.
decided to devote a full year of his life
Uh-huh.
to seeing whether he could get good enough to play as a professional golfer.
That's so
And
cool.
hired a professional teacher and just
Uh-huh.
devoted a full year, and guess what? He didn't even come close.
Really?
You can't do it. No, if you don't
No.
have all of the players that are playing on the PGA, the professional tour,
Uh-huh. I've been doing it their entire
have
life.
a tremendous amount of inherent ability,
Yep.
not to mention the fact that they probably practice for 5 to 7 hours a day.
At least, yeah.
So you need both
Oh
to
yeah,
really succeed at stuff.
for sure.
All right, let's look at 15.
Okay.
Ooh, this looks like kind of an interesting.
Yeah.
This is the first
Okay.
time I've seen these kind of problems with any student.
Really?
Yeah, no, these are different than most statistical problems I run into.
Huh.
These are design an experiment. Is this any good? Can you improve upon it? I like that. That's more real life.
For sure, yeah.
Let me just finish reading A and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait.
let me read B just to see what the difference is.
Well, the problem is diet soda doesn't have as much sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. In other words, does experiment A prove anything?
No.
Um,
I don't
you
think,
would,
yeah.
you would, well, it doesn't because of the following. What if there is a certain sugar craving minimum for everybody? In other words, what if we all need 10 grams of sugar, and if we don't get it, we crave it?
Right, because your body
So,
desires it.
right.
Like,
So
yeah.
for A, the half the people that are drinking diet soda, all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden they're not getting their sugar fix.
Right.
So you would expect their sugar cravings to be higher than the other half, because the other half are not drinking diet soda. I presume they're drinking regular soda, which has tons of sugar in it.
Right.
So yeah, A doesn't appear to prove much of anything at all.
Uh-uh.
Now, I'm a little confused as to the problem. Is A different than B, or is there two different experiments and they're asking us to judge which one might...
Yeah, I think they're
Okay,
different.
let me read B.
Okay.
Yeah, B, notice what B has in it that A does not. The
Uh-huh.
word random,
Yeah.
randomly assigned.
Uh-huh. Then you should go to people are randomly assigned to drink diets that are not strict diets.
First of all, I'm not sure that B is any different than A.
No, they're the same.
The fact that they were randomly assigned, it still means that the people that are drinking diet soda are they're not getting their sugar fix.
Right.
Whereas the people that are, or drinking regular soda, are getting it. So I would still expect the sugar cravings to be greater for the people that are drinking diet soda, but their answer is there's no significant difference.
No.
You think about this.
Sure.
They're divided into two groups based on exercise habits. There's the problem.
Yeah.
You want to divide them into random groups, but you don't want to base it on exercise habits.
Because that has nothing to do with what their
Well,
sugar
it
desires. Or
exercise
does it?
habits might be somebody that works out versus somebody that doesn't.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
obviously somebody who
Obviously,
doesn't is going to be a lot unhealthier
right, right.
than someone
Well,
who do.
depending on their exercise habits that they're separated into, about the only two habits you could have is either you get it or you don't get exercise.
Yeah.
That's about the only way it could be done. So if you're dividing into two groups, one people that exercise and the other people that don't, that already is going to sway the results big time.
Yeah.
So even though B has the word random in it, it's not really random.
Yeah.
The two groups were not randomly split up. So if you were going to improve it, you would divide the people into two groups randomly.
Yeah.
Then you could feed diet soda to one group and non-diet soda to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's no significant difference in the sugar cravings, that might be meaningful.
It might be, yeah.
And then if somebody wanted to reduce their sugar consumption, you drink diet soda, right?
Yeah.
If drinking diet soda increased your sugar cravings, then I'm not sure that you're accomplishing anything by drinking it.
I don't think so, no.
Um,
Uh,
so there's a couple of things going on with that.
okay.
And then I guess they want you to go back with A and figure out how to improve upon that also.
Yeah.
And again, you'd want to randomly split the 200 people into two groups and give half of them diet soda and the other half regular soda, and then measure their cravings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might learn something from that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you could make adjustments to both A and B that would make the results more valid. Yeah, I think this is far better
Uh-huh.
than anything I've seen that asks you to just do statistics, from based on formulas.
I kind of like how they related to real life.
Yeah,
Like they use
no,
real life examples. That's
these
kind
are
of
the
cool.
kind of things that you have to deal with in real life.
Exactly.
Whereas, who cares whether you're within 2 standard deviations of the mean?
Right.
Although from a statistics point of view, you need to know that. But
Uh-huh.
from just
Exactly.
determining the validity of results,
Uh-huh.
this is better stuff, in my opinion.
I agree, yeah.
So anyway, that's interesting.
Sweet.
Proud of Chatfield for coming up with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It must be relatively new also, because I've been tutoring algebra students at Chatfield for a long time. And
And yeah, you've
this
never
is,
seen.
this is new to the curriculum that I haven't seen questions like this before.
Interesting.
So anyway,
Cool.
Dylan, I will let you go.
Sounds good.
And again, keep me posted. You could text me or email me whenever you're going to have a game at Chatfield.
Definitely. And
Especially
it's also,
if it's
yeah,
on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, for sure. It's
sure,
going
yeah.
to be hard for me to do it Monday through Thursday because all your games are going to be twilight games.
Exactly.
And that doesn't work with my schedule. But Friday,
Don't
Saturday,
worry.
Sunday, I can make it over there for sure.
Awesome. And there's, I'll send you the schedule, or it's on the, if you go to chatfieldbaseball.com,
Uh-huh.
you click on teams, go down to select a team, click varsity, and then click schedule.
Okay.
It's all there. It shows like the dates, times.
Chatfieldbaseball.com. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All
I
right.
could text you the URL too if you want.
Okay. I can
And
find
yeah,
it. I can.
awesome.
All
All
right.
right. Sweet.
Talk to you later, or talk to you Wednesday
Sound-
night.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mr. Cowan.
Bye-bye.
Bye.